proceed with labs?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
So our first lab gonna be is to launch AWS Linux and connect. We all know how to launch AWS Linux and connect through console, right? If we want to connect,
Yes.
launch instance, AWS Linux instance, we need to select AWS Linux, and for connection, select and connect, right?
Yes.
This is known as connection through console. This is console, right?
Yes.
Now, what we are going to do, our lab is connect through third party tool, putty tool, which is the third party tool. If I don't have access of AWS account, so how will I connect to third party tool? Let's understand this diagram now. This is the AWS account. This is the AWS account, which has 200 plus services. This is the cloud engineer. Cloud engineer have access of all 200 plus services, right? Yes?
Yes.
Yes or no? Cloud
Yes,
engineer will
yes.
have access of all 200 plus
Yes, ma'am.
services.
Yes.
Now there is a company. Let's say TCS company. In TCS company, there is an employee who is an Linux admin, who is working on Linux. And he is using which operating system? Windows operating system. And he don't have AWS account. He don't have AWS account, but he wants to work on Linux. How will he work? What he needs to do? He needs to request to cloud engineer, please, I want to do some work on Linux. For that, what cloud engineer needs to do? Cloud engineer needs to launch an instance. Cloud engineer needs to launch an instance with security group. Then when you launch the instance, PEM file will be generated, right? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
PEM file. And the public IP. What is the public IP? Can you see here? The public IP, the private IP. This is basically the IP address
What is
of the
PEM, ma'am?
server. Sorry?
PEM.
No, PEM file and PEM file is different. They are the keys, security credentials. Public IP and private IP comes under network, the VPC network. We will be going to learn in detail in VPC service. We are also going to create this public IP and private IP. But for now, just understand, for every server there will be public IP address and private IP address. And the key pair is the public key and private key. Public IP address, private IP address is different, and public key and private key is different. Clear?
Okay.
Yes?
Yes.
So what you need? We need a PEM file, the public IP, and the host name. What is the host name? EC2 user. EC2 user is the default host name, right? Of Linux. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
When we connect to Linux, you
Yes,
can see
ma'am.
the default username, the host name. EC2 user is the default host name. Similarly, if we launch Windows instance, Windows server, the username of Windows server will be admin. In Windows operating system, the username will be admin. Here, the username of Linux will be EC2 user. Clear?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
So we need
Yes,
this
ma'am.
three credentials. Cloud engineers gonna launch an instance with security groups, the host name, the PEM file, and the public IP. These three he needs to give to Linux admin through email. Cloud engineer gonna give this credentials, 3 credentials to Linux admin. This Linux admin gonna connect to Linux by using this tools. Putty and puttygen is basically known as third-party tools. This tool is known as third-party tool because he don't have access of AWS account, but he wants to work on Linux. He don't have AWS account and he's using Windows operating system. So how will he connect? He will request to Cloud Engineer. Cloud Engineer gonna create an instance, launch an instance. He gonna give this 3 security credentials to Linux admin. By using these 3 security credentials and this putty and puttygen 2 tools, Linux admin gonna connect to Linux without AWS account. Clear, everyone?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
Understood this theory?
Yes.
Sure?
Yes.
Do you want me to explain again or not?
No, ma'am.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you. That means you have understood. So our first step of lab is what we are going to do. If I'm a cloud engineer, I'm gonna launch an instance. I'm gonna give this EC2 user the host name, the PEM file and public IP to Linux admin through email.
Yes.
Clear, everyone? This is our first step. So we have already done our first step, right? We have launched the instance. We have launched the Netflix server instance. The host name is EC2 user and the PEM file. While creating key pair, the PEM file is downloaded, right? What's the name of my PEM file? Here you can see Netflix server KP. This is the name of my PEM file. If I want to see that, I need to go to desktop, my own desktop, systems desktop, go to downloads. Can you see here Netflix.server KP PEM? Yes?
Yes.
So it will be, as soon as you create key pair, it will be downloaded on your desktop. So this PEM file, the first one is EC2 user, the host name, the second one is this PEM file, and the third one is the public IP of the instance. Where you can see the public IP of the instance, select instance. Can you see here public IP?
Yes.
Copy and give this 3 credentials to Linux admin. So our first step is done, right?
Yes.
Yes.
First step is done. Now we are going to second step, where we are going to first install putty and puttygen, and by using this 3 credentials we are going to connect to Linux. Clear?
Yes.
Yes.
So for that, first I need to install putty and puttygen. Go to Google, type here putty download for Windows. Write the steps, everyone, to download putty and puttygen. In browser, type putty download for Windows. Click this second link, the green and org UK link, the second one. Download putty latest release. Select. As soon as you select that, you will get this page. Here, can you see here 64-bit into 86 Windows installer, putty 64-bit. Yes, you need to install the first one, the 64-bit 86 one. Just click, it will be installed here. It will be installed on your desktop. So what I have installed now, which software?
64-bit.
Yes, I have installed 64-bit into 86 putty tool. The second is, scroll down. Can you see here alternative binaries? Here search for puttygen. Can you see puttygen here? Same, download puttygen into .exe. When you click, the puttygen will be downloaded on your desktop. Clear, everyone?
Madam, this is also 64-bit 86.
Sorry?
puttygen is also
Yes.
64-bit.
Yes, puttygen also 64-bit into 86.
64.
You need to click this blue link. So here you need to install putty and puttygen. Install now, everyone. I'm giving you all 2 minutes. When you install, it will be installed on your desktop. Puttygen and putty. Open, next, and install. Same with puttygen. So when you install putty and puttygen, from here down you can see this search. Here search for puttygen. When you open puttygen, you can see this box where you can see no key or generate load some parameters here. So if it shows this box, that means you have successfully installed puttygen. Similarly, if you open putty here, it will pop up this box where you can see host name, some categories in the left side. So this is putty. If it shows this box, that means you have successfully installed putty. Clear, everyone?
Yes, ma'am. Downloaded.
Downloaded?
Yes.
So can I proceed?
Yes.
Okay. So first step, what we need to do is we need to open puttygen. We have downloaded putty and puttygen, but first we need to open puttygen. In puttygen, what we
Ma'am,
are
how you have opened? I have downloaded it, and how to see whether it's downloaded or not?
Yes, in search bar here down,
Downloads.
type putty or puttygen.
Okay.
It will give you this box, or else go to your desktop. Here in libraries, go to desktop and downloads. In downloads you can see. So the first step is, please everyone write each and every step of this lab. First, what you need to do, you need to open puttygen. Why are we going to use puttygen? To convert PEM file to PPK file. When we create a keyword, PEM file will be downloaded, right? Yes?
Yes.
So we need to convert that PEM file to PPK file. Why? Because Windows operating system does not support PEM file. Windows operating system does not support PEM file. That's why we need to convert that PEM file to PPK file to connect to Linux by using Windows operating system. Clear, everyone? Why are we using puttygen?
Yes, ma'am.
Why are we using puttygen?
To convert from PEM file to
PPK
file. So now I have opened puttygen. After opening puttygen, here I need to select load. Write each and every step, everyone, please. Select load. After selecting load, here can you see putty private key files? Go to all files. Select here you can see the drop down. Here you need to go to all files. Go to all files. When you go to all files, can you see here the PEM file of your server? Yes? Netflix server. Yes, PEM file. Select that PEM file. Open. Successfully imported foreign key. Yes, okay. So now I have selected the PEM file. Now I want to convert that PEM file to PPK file. So what I need to do? Save private key. Select save private key. Yes. Here you need to just give the name of that file. It was a new name. It was Netflix, right? Netflix server PEM. So I have converted this. So I need to give the PPK name. Netflix PPK. Save. Done. This is how you convert PEM file to PPK file. It's easy or not? Just you need to open puttygen, load, select the PEM file, go to all files, select the PEM file, open, save, successfully imported, okay, then save private key, just give the name and save. Then it will be saved in your downloads by your name, netflix.ppk. Clear? Puttygen?
After saving the private key, we need to give the name. Any name?
You just need to give the name of that PPK file. It's converted. You need to give the name of that new converted file.
Any we can give?
Yes, you can give the name and extension. You can keep PPK so that you don't get confused. Now the second puttygen, you have converted PEM file to PPK file. Now open putty. Open putty. Here you can see host name. Yes?
Yes.
Host name. What is the host name? Default host name?
EC2 user.
EC2 hyphen user. Add IP address. Can you see here? Host name and IP address. IP address of your server. Go to your server. Copy the public IP. Copy.
Yes.
Go to putty. In host name EC2-user, add and paste the public IP. Clear, everyone? Here you need to give EC2-user, add, and the public IP you need to paste. Then the left side, can you see SSH connection? Linux support SSH, right? Yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Before SSH you can see small plus. Click. When you click to SSH, you can see auth here. Auth is basically authentication. Select auth. Everyone, how they do is, the mistake you all will students will do is, they'll select directly auth. No, you need to select this plus. When you select this plus, you can see here credentials. So when you select plus, you can see credentials. Select credentials. Clear? First SSH, then auth, then credentials. As soon as you select credentials, the right side you can see credentials to authenticate with private key file, certificate to use, or plugin, something. What we need to do, we need private key, right, which we have converted, PPK file we have converted, right? We have saved private key in puttygen. So we need to give that here. The first one you need to browse. Here you need to give that converted PPK file. Open, open, accept. Can you see here the bird?
Oh.
I have connected to Linux, right?
Right.
Yes.
Yes.
Here I can do all the Linux commands. I can create a user, I can create a file, I can create a directory, right? I can create a directory. So this is how
Ma'am, I have a doubt.
Linux admin gonna connect to Linux to putty and puttygen and by using this credentials. Clear everyone?
However, we are using this Linux only, no?
Yes.
Then,
Okay.
as
So
you
why
said,
your question is why are we learning this? We can use directly Linux, right?
yes.
So you also need to know how to
No, no.
connect to Linux.
After converting it to PPK file, again we are using this Linux only, no? As you
Come again?
said, as you said, we can use this PPK file because we can't use this PEM file in Windows, so we are
Yes.
converting this to PPK, right?
Right.
So again, we are using in Linux only, no? This.
Yes, because why are we using this? Because we need to connect. What's the purpose of this lab? We need to know how to connect to Linux by using third-party tools. From AWS account, we can use easily. Just launch the instance and connect. But
Yes.
we also need to know how to connect to Linux to third-party tools.
Okay.
If you don't have, for example, your AWS account, after 12 months, it will expire, right?
Yes.
So after 12 months, the 13th month, you want to practice for Linux, but you don't have account.
Yes.
So you can request to any of your friend who have account. They will create a server, they will launch the server and they will give this credentials to you. By your system sitting in your place or by your system, by using your Windows operating system, you can connect to Linux and practice Linux. Clear?
Okay. Yes.
So can you all do now? Don't forget to terminate instance after practicing. So these are the steps. First, you need to open puttygen, load, select PEM file which you have downloaded while creating key pair, then open, then save private key, give the name of the private key and save. You need to just do this to convert the PEM file to PPK file. Then you need to open puttygen. Putty, you need to open putty, give the host name as EC2 user, add, and you need to paste the public IP of the instance. Then left side, you need to select SSH, then auth, then credentials, browse, select that private key which you have converted, open and accept. That's it. Clear everyone? Can you all do now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Please do.